Brian Hink, and this is a strategy video on the game Suburbia by Ted Alspach. I think this game initially appealed to me because it reminded me so much of SimCity 2000, and I played a lot of that as a kid. But the more I played Suburbia, the more I realized that the gameplay was really solid and it was well balanced. So it has kept me interested for quite a few months now, and now it's time to talk about strategies for the game. So that's what this video will be. I'm going to go over the 3 strategies that I think are the best for Suburbia, for residential, industrial, and commercial. So I'm going to go through each one, talk about the tiles that you want to make sure to get in each of the stacks, which ones are nice to haves, and then also how you want to lay out your borough. The residential strategy is based on residential tiles, surprise, surprise, but equally important are the civic tiles. Those schools are going to be very critical to you, and also the super critical tile is the stadium. So for this one, if you get any of the following goals, most residential, most civic, most contiguous civic, least income, fewest industrial, highest reputation, most lakes, and most contiguous lakes, this would be a strategy you should definitely consider. In the residential strategy, you're going to have a hard time finding money early on. It's going to be a little difficult. So you'll probably want to build a couple lakes, one on each side of the community park and heavy factory is probably the best location. And then you also want a mint if you possibly can, because a mint, although it's 15 bucks to buy, and that's pretty expensive, it does give you 3 income, which will help a lot. Plus, you're going to build a lot of civic tiles in this strategy, so it'll be great to cash in on a couple bucks for every single one of those that you buy. Another really good tile in the stack A for this strategy will be the Homeowners Association. So that'll give you 2 bucks for every residential tile that you place in the future. And that will be another source of cash, because in this strategy, cash is going to be an issue for you. So you need some of these to help out with that. You can also grab just some suburb tiles, and that'll be a good, cheap way to take your turn, and then also start building a circle around a future location of the stadium. A big part of the Stack A work that you do for this strategy is really just to save up money, because there are 2 super critical tiles, like I said, the casino and the stadium, that you must buy in Stack B. The casino is $22, so if you buy it for $10 on the real estate market, it's going to be $32. Stadium is $16, so that's going to be $26 if you have to buy it in the $10 spot. But basically, you're just trying to save up at least $32 before that first B stack tile hits, so that if it is a stadium or casino, you can just buy it right away. Moving into Stack B, of course, first priorities are going to be stadium and casino, but then some other good ones are museum and elementary school. Don't be afraid to get some suburbs as well as a cheap option to put around your stadium just to make that better. Your second investment marker would go right on that stadium as soon as you can afford it, and you've locked down your casino. For Stack C, there's nothing that's absolutely make or break for this strategy. The university is great because you've probably been building a lot of schools, but then again, anybody can grab that and benefit from your schools, so it'll be tough to get. But if you can, get that. Otherwise, just a middle school or high school, even if you don't get the university, those can be good as well. Or just like a boutique and a bed and breakfast, those are decent too for this strategy. And really that's about it. Of course, you're gonna have to change it a little bit depending on your goals. If you need most contiguous lakes or what, you might have to build some more lakes. But otherwise, that's about it. We can now move on to the next strategy, the industrial one. The industrial strategy is one where you're going to jump out to a very high income level. You're going to get a whole bunch of cash that way. You'll build heavy factories, and then also any airport that comes up throughout the game. And what you're really doing is you're building a prime location for a recycling plant in the late game. And that's really what the industrial strategy is all about. So this is a strategy that you might choose if you get a goal such as most industrial, most airports, fewest commercial, fewest residential, fewest lakes, most money, or most reputation. In Stack A, you'll be using heavy factories, maybe a community park. The best tile you can get is a municipal airport, and in fact, if you get one of those, you can just throw an investment marker on it right away, because it should grow in value pretty steadily as the game continues, and that extra income at the beginning will help quite a bit. You probably won't need a lake in this strategy because you'll have quite a bit of income. But the primary goal is really just to build an industrial circle where eventually, once we get to stack C, you'll get a recycling plant and put that right in the center of it. In stack B, you'll try to get some domestic airports. Any of those that you can get will be very helpful. You'll finish off your circle of industrials, hopefully. You'll probably want either a casino, although that reputation of -3 hurts quite a bit. Either that or a power station. One of those two will be very nice so that you can really forget about income for the rest of the game and then only focus on reputation. And then stack C, of course you'll want that recycling plant. So hopefully in stack B you're able to save up $27 so that you can buy it as soon as it hits the table. Of course the PR firm is extremely good as well, as it is with pretty much any strategy. So those two, and then the international airport is great too, because you should probably already have quite a few airports, so buying that one, making sure it gets to the table, will help the other airports that you've purchased, plus this one will give you a nice source of income and reputation. And that's about it for the industrial strategy. The commercial strategy is really about just building a big clump of commercial tiles, and a lot of those tiles have bonuses to adjacent commercial tiles. So if you build a big clump of them, you're going to get bonuses from one another, and they're going to add up to a huge boost to your income in the early game. And then you just got to leave a spot for a late game condominium to put right in the middle of them as well, to give you a big population boost. So that is the gist of the commercial strategy. This would work well for goals such as most commercial, most money, most income, least reputation, fewest civic, fewest industrial, highest income, fewest lakes. For the stack A tiles, the best ones are going to be like the business supply store or the office building. Parking lots are great. You can even grab just like a fast food restaurant if you want. Just keep them clumped together and start building an oval. You can put one of the office buildings in that oval if you want, and go ahead and throw an investment marker on it too. You can even throw an investment marker right on that starting community park if you want to. So that'll be a nice early source of reputation and income that can help you out throughout the game. You probably won't be very short on cash with this strategy because those office buildings together will help quite a bit, but in the first couple turns, if you want to put down a lake, you definitely can, because you can use it for housing projects later on. For the middle game or the B tiles, there really isn't much that you absolutely need for this strategy. So it's going to be about saving money. You're going to probably get like a postal service, shipping center. That'll just get you some cash so that you can make sure to get that PR firm as soon as it hits the table in the C stack. You can definitely get a housing project if you built a lake earlier on. And then for the C tiles, it's really about getting that PR firm. That's going to be very important. The condominium is going to be great too. There are some apartments, if you have to, you could go with one of those, but nobody's really going to care about the condominiums and apartments, so they're going to be available and at a cheap price. So you can just make sure that you get that PR firm, and then when it's convenient, get the condominium, put it right in the middle of all your commercial tiles. And that'll be a huge, huge population boost. Then you put an investment marker right on that condominium, and you're going to jump even further into the lead in population. A chip fabrication plant is also definitely a nice tile for this strategy. Not critical, but definitely good. And then like the hotel and the resort are also pretty decent too, if you, for some reason, have free time or money to get more tiles. So those are the 3 strategies that I recommend you use in Suburbia. I think I'm going to end the video there. If you have a strategy that you use that I didn't cover, let us know. You can either do it in the comments below. You can leave a comment on my blog, theforbiddenlimb.com, where there's a text version of this analysis. Also, let me know if you got a game that you want me to cover in the future, too. Definitely always happy to add those to my list. And please click subscribe too. If you like this video, I do more of these. I do them all the time. So please click subscribe. But otherwise, I think I'm gonna go back to playing some SimCity 2000. So until next time, I will see you guys later.